Welcome back to In Progress Podcast with our hosts, Lauren and BC.
Hello, guys. So today's podcast may be a little bit different. We're actually having a girls' talk, guys. So this is Miss Burnett, Miss Lauren Burnett today. That's our special guest. How are you feeling,
I feel great. I'm glad to be here.
ma'am? So we're actually having a girl talk. This is a little bit different because I know you guys see me as the only girl on here. Today we have Miss Burnett over here. We're gonna be asking her some questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So how do you feel on women empowerment?
Women's empowerment. I'm very big on women's empowerment only because I feel that we have to build each other a little bit more. A lot of times we're against each other as women, and we could be a little catty sometimes,
Yes.
But I mean, I think it's a really big deal to focus on some of those things as far as the viewpoints and different stuff. Yeah.
Because it's a little girls feel like they need to be against each other, or there's like a third person being in the middle of a situation where they put us girls against each other.
Yes, it's sometimes a jealousy thing.
Yeah.
If we all learn to work together, I'll see a young lady walking by and I'm like, hey, your hair is really nice. I might not know her, but she might be having a bad day. And so
Yeah.
that made her feel good. It's something simple. It doesn't
You
matter
look
who
good
it is.
today.
Thank you so much. And you look beautiful.
Thank you. So what will be 3 words to describe you?
Ooh, 3 words to describe me. First of all, I'm weird. I am weird. I love it though. I love to be different. I am a creator and a family girl.
Yes, ma'am. So you're a hairstylist and everything. How does it feel to be a hairstylist?
It actually feels really good. I have a lot of women and guys that come through, but more so the women. I've had people sit in my chair. I'm like a therapist at times. So sometimes I might be having a bad day, but I have to put aside what I'm dealing with so I can help my client,
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to meet new people and they come through all the time. And it's good because I can actually empower them. I could talk to them, build them up. They might be having a rough time, but I can pour into them. So it's actually not just doing hair. It's so much bigger than that.
So that actually titles to women empowerment, guys.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you need, say you're doing a hair point like her, Miss Burnett, she does hair and everything. That ties in with women empowerment because you never know. Somebody could be going through a rough day or they're going through rough things. And sometimes you just need somebody to talk to.
Absolutely.
So what would your perfect day be like being a hairstylist?
A perfect day?
Yeah.
Where all of my clients are on time. so most of the time, sometimes I have my days when I'm a little late. I can't always say it's them. I hate being late. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it. So I try to make sure I'm always on time. So I value their time and they value mine as well. But yeah, a perfect day for me would be like everybody just because I keep my clients back to back. So I keep a good flow. So I mean, that'd be perfect.
Yeah. What all do you do regarding hair? Like what kind of hairstyles do you do?
I do natural hair. I specialize in natural hair and coloring and also healthy hair because a lot of people they want their hair colored but don't understand that there's a lot that goes with it. You can't just get your hair colored and keep it moving. It's actually like taking care of a baby. Your hair, once you put those chemicals in it, you're going to have to actually do the work. And you can't just like set it down when you're ready. I mean, you have to keep going. Once you sign up for it, that's it.
Especially if you put bleach in your hair.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So, how long have you been into this business?
I have actually been doing hair probably for about 15 years now.
Nice.
I've been licensed for 7 of those 15. I did not want to be a home stylist, and I'm not knocking anyone that's starting in their homes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to do something different, be able to do like have my own salon, maybe open up a couple chains, chain salons and different things. I just had some bigger dreams for myself. So I wanted to make sure I had the license to back me up. And it's important to have your credentials.
Yes, ma'am. And to any young ladies out there that want to be a hairstylist, like the cosmetology class that we actually have here, what will be your advice on that?
Go for it.
Absolutely.
And the reason I say that is because I love doing hair and I've always wanted to be in the beauty field. When I was 5 years old, I told my hairstylist, I said, I want blue hair.
Mhm.
And she said, you can't have blue hair. And nobody was wearing color back then. And I was only 5 years old. And I said, well, when I grow up, I'm going to have blue hair and I'm going to be a hairstylist just like you. But then things shifted and life happened. And I thought that going into some other field would make more money. But it's literally not the most important. It's not the money aspect. it's the lives that you touch. The people that you meet. Like I said, all the women that I come in contact with, just to come in the atmosphere, they might need a hug that day. I hug all of my clients. I don't hug the male clients, but I do hug all of my women clients. Just because they need that.
Yeah, they might be going through a rough day, and it's just like they need a hug that could brighten their day up.
Absolutely.
So what got you started into this business?
What got me started?
Yeah.
I would have to say it was just my dream. I mean, I let it go for a little while, and I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I was actually in the pharmacy field. I was a technician. It was fun, but my passion is hair, and my passion is people. So that's my platform. And then I went ahead and followed my dreams.
Nice. So, being that you're a hairstylist, what is your favorite style to do?
My favorite style to do?
Yes.
Oh, I think I would probably have to say the diamond blowout. So that's one of my mini services that I offer. But it's something like a silk press, but just so much more. I include the treatments for breakage. I include the trims. I include anything that you need in that one package. And that's probably one of my top services.
So, being at your hairstylist, you want to shout out your name to everybody?
Color Whipped Hair Studios. I am on Canfield Road, 2959. And colorwhippedhairstudios.com. You can find all my information for booking. And if you have any questions, reach out.
I might actually come see you one day.
I would love that.
I will book with you.
Yeah.
So what will be one of the I want to say biggest. So what is one problem you have with being a hairstylist?
One problem I have with being a hairstylist? Sometimes it's hard to, I guess, my schedule.
Yeah.
Time my schedule and make sure I have enough family time. We're in ministry, Stand in the Gap Ministries, you know that.
Yes.
So you
shout out to them.
Shout out to Stand in the Gap Ministries, Apostle JB.
Mr. JB, guys, him and her husband actually has a church, guys. That's actually on
Canfield Road, right up
the street.
Yeah. It's just hard. Like I said, the timing.
Yeah, it's actually a great experience. So guys, if you actually want to go to Canfield in Youngstown, go to them every Sunday and Wednesday. Thursday.
Yep.
No, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Was there ever a time where you had a client that just needed a personal talk?
Oh, absolutely. I have that all the time, and so confidentiality is key. There's a lot of people that have come through and they've shared very, very personal situations with me, and as a stylist, I have to keep that. I can't go and tell the next client, girl, so-and-so was just in here, because once again, like I tell my women at the ministry, we cannot be mean girls in ministry.
Yeah.
And so the same thing goes for life in general. None of us should be mean girls.
Absolutely not.
And so, I have a lot of clients that we do talk. Sometimes we cry together. I've had clients that have had situations, and they're crying in my chair, and I start crying, and we just having a whole crying fit. Yeah. But it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
It is.
So, with that being said, what was one of your accomplishments you had of being a hairstylist?
One of my accomplishments, so I don't know if you've ever heard of the company Matrix. They're a color company, and they also have hair products. They're a big time company. Yes. So I did something like this, but I guess I had to be creative. And so I am a creative. So what I came up with is I'll act like somebody's interviewing me. Yeah. So I had my daughter, she had a real microphone, and she's talking to me. It's on YouTube, matter of fact. And I have her, I have her interviewing me and pretending like she's interviewing me. She's asking me questions. And so I had to do that to win a contest. Ooh. And they picked me out of, I don't know, probably thousands of candidates. I knew it was God, but they picked me out of everyone. And they came all the way down here to Youngstown. They brought me $1,000 check, and they brought me balloons, roses. I had a bag full of Matrix products. I cried for like hours. I cried for the rest of the day. They told me to go home because I was just done. But it was from like maybe about 6 years ago. But it's so good, and it's like it has a lasting impression in my life. Honestly, I think about it often. So that's one of them.
Congratulations to her, guys.
Thank you so much.
Another question would be, so you have a schedule, right? What would you say one of your busiest days would be like?
Oh, so Fridays and Saturdays are my busiest days. Saturday is my absolute busiest day. So once again, I have all of my clients back to back. So I time myself. Every service is timed to perfection. It has to be, unless someone's late. But I mean that's so. And then two also, I have days where I'll buy my clients lunch.
Well,
And
nice.
so everybody will come in and get a piece of pizza, or if I get chicken, or if I have sandwiches, like I'll just do something to show them that I appreciate them.
Yeah.
So a lot of my busy days are like that.
She's one of the nicest people I know.
Oh,
So like, would you be a hairstylist? Do you do more as a hairstylist? Say you do hair and then you do something else?
um, okay. So actually, I do hair, but then I also have another job to where I teach adoptive parents how to do African American children's hair. So what they do is they have me drive all over. I'm over 17 counties, and I speak with the parents. I teach them how to properly comb through the hair, different products. We have like videos and stuff. We do some hands-on just to kind of
Yeah.
help them along because sometimes it's hard with African American hair. It's hard to learn the different oils and the different things that need to be in the hair
Yeah.
versus it just being like another ethnicity. Because some people
Right.
have straighter hair. Our hair is a lot more coarse at times. So yeah, that's what I do on the side.
I love
Besides
curly
doing
hair.
Oh yeah,
I love the curls.
it's
So
beautiful.
tying it with being a mother, how is it like being a mother?
A mother. Oh my gosh, it's the most rewarding and it's probably the most stressful job ever. I mean, you spend your life or your children's lives pouring into them and making sure they go down the right path. And sometimes, they choose their own path and
Right.
not the path that you chose for them. And sometimes it's hard to watch them bump their head over and over again. But
Yeah.
it's happened. All three of my children, they're very good kids. You know what I'm saying? But they all deal with different things in
Yeah.
different parts of their lives. And so it's like I'm always like worried about them,
Yeah.
but being their mother is amazing. And I love them. I love all three of my kids, even though they drive me nuts. All three of them. All three of them. So yeah. But yeah.
We love mothers. We love the mothers. All right, guys. This is the first part of our podcast. We'll see you in the next part.
See ya.
All right, guys. We're back with Miss Burnett and Cece here. So what is one issue that us girls go through the most?
I would have to say division.
Yeah.
Division is one of the biggest things that I see in the schools and even in life in general. Like I was saying earlier, it's kind of hard because we were taught to kind of be against each other.
Yeah.
You got the light versus dark, the black versus white, like those crazy things that really don't hold any weight. But if we can all just learn to build each other and speak
Right.
positive things, just even starting out with the women, because I know the men might have different things that they're going through too that we
Yeah.
might not know about. But I just see a lot of people, like if someone's hair is not done and they're picking on them, or
You
instead
never
of trying to say, hey, what can I do for you? How can I help you?
you never know what somebody's going through.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like they could be seconds away from committing suicide, and you might be the next person to make or break that situation if you come up to them and you pick on them, or you can come up to them and say, hey, I see you. You don't look too good today. What's going on? Are you okay? What can I do? Do
Yeah.
you need somebody to talk to? Those are the most important things. I think that it's amazing when I see young ladies and they're actually like standing as one
Yeah.
together. And they're like, hey, we're not going to do that today. We're not going to be arguing and bickering and fighting back and forth. Let's talk it out.
Yeah.
Even if you just want to talk, you don't have to yell. Just,
Right.
hey, listen, today you looked at me funny. I mean, is there something going on that we need to talk about? Let's
Yeah.
talk about it. Let's
Yeah.
work it out,
Not trying to put it as if it is of us being rude about it. We're just like, hey, like, is there something wrong? Like, let's talk about it in a nice way, not being like, oh, do you have a problem here or something like that.
Yeah, like it's all in your approach and the way that you say things. It's not what you say, it's how you say
Say
it.
it. Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
learning those different things, like I said, when I came here and I was talking about it downstairs with the whole, the school was and everybody was in there, and I was saying how back in school days, I wasn't necessarily bullied, but there were those that were bullied,
Yeah.
and I've always felt like I had to fight for them. And I would get in
Yeah.
trouble a lot because, we're not even going to go all the way there, but
We
I
just
was
go-
always the one to stand up because I just
Yeah.
felt like if someone is quiet, let them be to themselves.
Right.
If they're not bothering you, let them be. If they don't have on the nicer clothes that you can afford, or if they don't
Yeah.
have on the latest pair of J's, that doesn't make them worth, less.
less than
Yeah.
what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never. One thing I will say: never bully some. They may have a pair of Reeboks on. They may have a pair of
Feelers.
Feelers.
I hear people bother people about that. I think I love my Feelers. I just bought a brand new pair
They
because I
have
don't
cute
care.
Feelers. I actually have a cute pair. Never bully somebody about what they're wearing. You never know what they're going through. They may not have a certain amount of money to get this, or they might not have a certain amount. Be appreciative that they're trying to be friends with you. Never put them down about anything like that. You never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, do you have any advice for the young ladies out there that is getting to my age?
Just learn to love yourself. That is the most important.
Yes.
Self-love is the best love. And even when people hate on you or hate things about you, when you know who you are, nothing else matters.
Stay true to yourself.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give young ladies that have a certain aspect on life? Like, say if they wanted to go into business like you are now, or they want to do something like you, what advice would you give them on that part?
Do lots of research. Do your own research. One thing I put on Facebook the other day is you cannot tell everyone your goals and dreams. Keep some things to yourself.
Yes.
Find you somebody that you can confide in, and then starting a business, understand that it's not going to be all rainbows, rainbows and what are the other things that you can throw in there? Glitter and rainbows. It's not going to be all glitter and rainbows, but it's well worth it at the end of the day. I've had my business, like my own business. I've had my business for about 6 years. So probably about the whole time almost that I've been licensed. But it was hard starting out. I mean, lots of tears. I wanted to give up at times. But anything that I would say is worth it is going to take work.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of work.
It might get hard, but it's
Keep
going to
going.
be going
Keep
in the
pushing.
long. It's going to be good in the long run. Even though this is a girl talk, what advice would you give to the young men out there?
To the young men, I would probably say for the young men, just understanding the same thing for women is you do have to learn to love yourself.
Yes.
Keeping yourself groomed, making sure your hair is cut, even sometimes combed. Make sure you take a shower. Make sure that you got your little cologne and your smell goods on. Even if nobody else, thinks you're great, you have to know you're great.
Know your
You're
worth,
amazing.
Guys. Know your worth.
Know your worth. Absolutely. So important.
Yes.
And be kind. Please.
Yes.
That's for everybody. Be kind to one another.
Yes, because you never know what somebody's going through.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. Maybe there's just one day maybe somebody needs advice on something, like they're feeling down. Tell them something great. Say, hey, you look good today. Or hey, you look nice today. Something like that.
Yeah, be positive. Keep it positive.
Like say, I'm the only girl in my class, right? There's all just boys. What would you give advice on girls who
I guess I should probably ask the question, what do they feel? Do you feel like you're outnumbered? Is that what it is? Because that's what it sounds like. I mean, if you feel outnumbered, just be confident. Stand in what you know. Just be confident. I mean, I understand that if you're surrounded by guys and it's just you, that could make somebody feel a little intimidated. But just know who you are once again.
Yes. Actually, I was the only girl. There was another girl in my class. So I was like, I was good. Now, like, the only girl, I was like, what do I do?
Be you.
Amen. I be confident in my class. Like, listen, even though I'm the only girl in there, do not play with me.
All right.
All right, guys. This is our girls' talk of the day with me, Cece, and Mrs. Burnett. We'll see you guys in the next one.